all of you. Today we are going to discuss fourth module in the applied thermodynamics, that is refrigeration cycles. So in all the three modules that we have completed, including the last one, the fifth one, so we have discussed generally about heat engines, right? So while discussing the second law, we discussed three devices, especially heat engine, heat pump and refrigerators. Among them, in the applied thermodynamics, we have studied so many cycles involved with heat engines. So this chapter deals with the refrigeration cycles, the cycles which were pertaining to the refrigeration process or heat pump. Okay, so let us go here. So before getting into what is a refrigeration cycle, we all are already familiar with certain cycles, so these will also be similar, but we should understand the basics of refrigeration. Okay, these things we have studied in EME, but let us brush up some things so that we will be good when we enter the real subject. Okay, so now what is refrigeration? Okay, generally we all mostly know, we all have fridges in our home also, but let us understand the thermodynamic definition of refrigeration. What is refrigeration? It says it is the process of providing and maintaining the temperature of the system below that of the surrounding atmosphere. As you can see the definition, but I'll highlight certain things. Okay, two words you need to, there are two keywords in this. One is providing and second one is maintaining, and the last one is below the surrounding temperature. Okay, these are the keywords in this definition. So this refrigeration process is, mainly judged by these factors. One is, what is this process is the process of maintaining the temperature of a system below that of the outer temperature, but not only it is providing but also maintaining. That is the challenge. Okay, for example, I have a glass of water, right? Eventually I can make it cool, right? By mixing it with very cold water or by mixing it with ice, I can take that into below the room temperature, but can I maintain it? That is the challenge, right? So the refrigeration process is that process. Okay, as you can see, he says this refrigeration effect can be accomplished by two types. One is by non-cyclic process, second one is by cyclic process. Cyclic process we'll study in detail throughout this chapter. Among the non-cyclic process, I'll just give one example. Okay, we all know fishermen go to the fishing in the deep sea for about say 10 days, 20 days, right? So how do they keep the fishes fresh? So they have these ice boxes, right? So they keep all the fish which they collect on the first day, second day, third day in the ice boxes so that they are kept fresh. That is one way of providing the refrigeration effect by non-cyclic process. Understood? So that is one example. The cyclic processes we'll study in detail. This is one just picture of a general refrigerator. Okay, this is a laboratory refrigerator, not your home refrigerator, which we'll study in your lab in the next year. Okay, now again coming to the terminology, as I always say, each subject, each chapter has its own terminology, each concept has its own terminology, right? So what are the terminology concerned with the refrigeration process? Okay, as it is the way of judging an engine, or the performance parameter of an engine is its capacity, right? The work output, the thermal efficiency. Similarly, the refrigeration has its own terminology. Okay, the capacity of the refrigerator is judged by a factor called ton of refrigeration. It is generally represented as TOR, ton of refrigeration. Okay, we will just understand what is it. As you can see on the screen, it says a ton of refrigeration is defined as the quantity of heat required to be removed to produce 1 ton of ice within 24 hours when the initial condition of the water is 0 degrees Celsius. Again, among these there are certain keywords. I'll highlight only that. Okay, so what is this ton of refrigeration? It basically is the amount of heat. Okay, what is TOR? It is the amount of heat that needs to be removed from where? From 1000 kg of water. Okay, it says basically the water with what we have, 1000 kg of water, is at 0 degrees Celsius. Now what do I want? My motto is to convert that 1000 kg of water into ice. Okay, but keyword is understand it is at 0 degrees Celsius. From 0 degrees Celsius water to, I need to convert that into 0 degrees Celsius ice. All the phase change process occurs at constant temperature, we all know that, right? So what is that heat that needs to be removed? But what is the timeline? It says in 24 hours. Okay, and that amount of heat is known as 1 ton of refrigeration. Okay, the calculation goes as shown in the slide. It says 1000 into 335 divided by 24 into 3600. 1000 is the amount of water that we have, 1000 kg into 335. This is the only thing that needs explanation, right? What is 335? 335 kilojoule per kg is the latent heat of fusion of water. Okay, what is latent heat of fusion? We have discussed here. Okay, from 1 kg of water, if I remove latent heat of fusion 335 kilojoule, then I can convert that into ice, right? So that is what it is. Now divided by 24 into 3600 is the timeline factor. What we will get? We will get 3.5 kilojoule per second, or in other words 3.5 kilowatt, because joule per second is watt, or in other words I can also say 3.5 into 60, 210 kilojoule per minute. Understood? So all these three conversion factors are generally used in our problems. Okay, as you can see, he is given you power of the compressor is work done divided by the amount of refrigerant into the mass flow rate. Okay, we'll use this in problems. When we deal with the problems, we'll understand this. As of now, just understand that 1 ton of refrigeration is nothing but 3.5 kilojoule per second. Okay, now let us get into the refrigeration process itself. Okay, as I told you, the second law, here is a diagram which again you can remember using that. I'll just zoom in for you. Yeah, if you remember this, okay, this is the reversed heat engine. Generally, if you remember, heat engine, what it does? Heat engine takes heat from a high temperature source, does some work, and just throws the remaining heat into a sink. Here it is the opposite. Here what you can observe, work is given into the refrigerator, right? R is the symbol at the center. It can be a refrigerator or it can be a heat pump also. Okay, both does the same function, but why it is refrigerator, why it is heat pump, we will see that. Okay, now work is given to the refrigerator, then by taking that work, what is it doing? It is taking certain amount of heat, QL in this case, from the lower temperature source and pumping it to higher temperature source. Okay, do you understand? You can clearly see that in the picture. Now when I apply first light, what is it? It is QL plus W net should be equal to QH. As simple as that, right? When I apply first law, the amount of work and heat done should be same, right? QL plus W net should be equal to QH. Now, as I told you in the previous point, as I told, what is the difference between a refrigerator and a heat pump? Even though both does the same thing. Now, here he has mentioned two specifications. One is desired output. You can see that on the screen. Second one is required input. Okay. In refrigerator or in case of heat pump, required input is obviously the work input. In both cases, I need to supply the work. We need to supply the work into the system. Okay. These are all power absorbing devices, both. But what is the desired output? Understand this. If the desired output is to remove the heat from a certain space or cool the certain space, then that becomes your refrigerator. Okay, this cold refrigerated space, you can see that is your refrigerator. That space is being cooled. If this is your motto, then your device is refrigerator. Or else, if pumping certain amount of heat into the environment, QH is your desired output. You want to pump certain amount of heat into a room or some environment. For example, in case of a room heater, right? You want to throw in as much amount of heat as possible. Then in that case, your device becomes heat pump. Okay. With same principle, we have two different devices. The only difference there is their motto. Okay. Their purpose generally. Understand? That is it. Now,